Hello everybody and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael and today we're going to be making coffee. And not just any kind of coffee, we're going to be using a device here. It's the Bodum Pebo vacuum coffee maker. And I come across this a couple of years ago and I just had to have it to try it out to see what it was, and it makes a smooth cup of coffee. Very smooth cup of coffee. It's been around, I did a little bit of research on it. It's been around almost 200 years. It was originally put together in Germany back in 1830, and then it was patented in France in 1840. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the lady's name because I will butcher it from one end to the other. So just to know that it's been around for almost 200 years. So I'm going to kind of describe what the components are with this, and then we're going to brew some coffee with it. So it is a two-piece coffee pot. The bottom holds the water, and it's got some numbers here on the side of 6 and 8. So you know whether you can make a 6-cup or an 8-cup pot of coffee. And then the top part, this is where the vacuum part comes in. It's got a rubber seal here on the top of this, and it's got a tube that goes down into the water. And what happens is you put the water in the carafe on the bottom, either to the 6 or the 8, and then you create the seal on the top piece. And then this is your filter. This goes down into the center of it, and I'll have to pull it back out again. So this is the filter. It goes down into the center, and hopefully I'll be able to get that through. Oh, let me try it again. There we go. So you pull the little cord at the bottom, and it hooks onto the bottom of the spout, and it pulls the filter down so that it's secure on that. Then this goes into the bottom just like this. You put your coffee in the top, and then you put it on the stove. You can either use open flame or electric. So what I've found with the way that I like mine is I use a medium roast coffee with mine and a medium grind. So the more, you don't want a coarse grind on this, and you don't want it really fine like an espresso grind. You want a medium grind on that. And I use for the 6 cups, I use 6 scoops, or 8 cups, I would use 8 scoops. So it's 1 scoop per cup of water. So it's got a little lid that comes with it also. And this is the little stand that comes with it. So when you're finished with brewing the coffee, you can take it off and set it right there. And it comes with its own little stand with it. So I'm going to break for just a second. I'm going to set this up at the stove, and I'm going to show you how this works. It's really interesting how it works. So stand by, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I have everything set up now at the stove, and I have a gas stove, so we're going to be using that to make our coffee today. So you can see that I've got the carafe full of water at the bottom. I've got it set on the 6-cup mark, and then I've got 6 scoops of coffee in the top of the coffee maker itself. So I'm going to turn on the eye of the stove, and I'm going to turn it down to where it's right under the flame is right under the pot, and we're going to heat the water up, and we're going to watch what happens next. So the one thing about this is the water doesn't actually boil. The water, by the time it gets to the top, it creates a steam that goes up through the center tube in the bottom of it, and it will go to the top, and you'll see all of the water start filling up in the top as the gravity pulls. Not gravity, but the way that it forces it up through the tube. All the water will get pushed up to the tube to where it has just a little bit of residual water in the bottom, which will free up the tube at the bottom for the vacuum part of it. So the water will get pulled up into the top, and then it'll soak the coffee grounds in the top. And then I'm going to turn off the eye once all the water's in the top. And then I'm going to leave the camera running because it takes about 45 seconds to a minute. Once it cools down, that the coffee will pull right back out of the top, back into the carafe in the bottom. And then our coffee will be made. So we're going to watch this as this process takes place. As you can see by the water level in the bottom, if the water is going down, then that it is going up into the top of the upper portion of the coffee maker there. So we'll see some action that'll start bubbling here in a minute as it pulls all the water out of the bottom and fills the top. All right, there we go. That's my indication that the water is out of the bottom and in the top. So I will now turn off the flame that's under it, and we're going to wait, and it will vacuum pull every bit of that in the top back down into the bottom carafe. And the amazing part about this is that the coffee grounds in the top will be almost dry. It pulls that much of the moisture back out of the top of those when it comes back. So we'll give it just a second, and we're going to watch the miracle of the vacuum of how this takes place. As we can see here, we've got the movement where the water is being extracted out of the upper chamber back into the lower chamber, and we will see it remove all the coffee from the top and just leave the grounds behind. All right, there we have it. It has extracted the water. We're back to our 6-cup mark on our bottom of the carafe, and I'm going to make me a cup of coffee. We'll see you back in just a second. All right, we are back, and we have our Pebo Bodum vacuum coffee maker back here with me now. I just pulled it off the stove, so we saw how that process worked, and I'm going to remove the top on this. As you can see, it comes off very easily. We'll put it in our stand, and I don't know if you can see, but the grounds, they're very dry. We got all of our water back out of it, so there's no wasted anything in that. So you get 6 cups back out of what you put back in it. So I'm going to make me a cup of coffee, and we're going to give it a test. Alrighty, there we have it. A nice cup of coffee made with the vacuum Pebo Bodum coffee maker. Very smooth, very smooth. So if you've never seen this before, you want to give it a try, definitely check this out. It is something that you don't usually see a lot of people have, and it'd be something for you to experiment with and see how you like it. You can leave me some notes in the comments below if you have one of these, or if you have bought one and you tried it, and see how you like it. But definitely, I appreciate you coming to join me today as I experiment with this new coffee maker with you guys. And then if you would like to subscribe, I would appreciate it. Ring the bell so you'll be notified of any future videos, and to come back and see me again. Enjoy and try the new coffee maker out here. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.